Hi everyone, I'm Angela from Angela Wolf Video, and this is Video Tech Tuesdays. On Tuesdays at 1 o'clock, I go live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram to talk about all things video tech specs and gear. It's a lot of fun, and hopefully you enjoy it. So let's get started. This week, we are talking about how video can help save your business during COVID. So I know we're a few months in now, and maybe this should have been a video like the first video I did. But I was really thinking about it as I was talking with some of my friends who are entrepreneurs and other small businesses I work with around Philadelphia about, especially businesses that offer services like mine does as a videography company. It's really hard when the government says that you can't see your clients in person. And we obviously want to, keep everyone safe. We want to keep our clients safe and our employees safe. And we want to follow the CDC guidelines. But at the same time, we have a business that we need to run and we want to keep afloat. So today I want to talk about how video could be the best fit for your company and how it can be the best fit for your company to make money during, quarantine and during the shutdown. So, the film industry has been hit really hard. And so I'm right there with a lot of you with the idea of not being able to go in person to do your service. And so I've had to pivot a little bit. That's a word that is almost used as much as the new norm. I know that I hate new norm, right? But now in the business world, everyone talks about pivoting for COVID. But, that's kind of what we're going to be talking about, where as a service, it feels almost like you can't necessarily pivot the same way as, let's say, a distillery pivoting to make hand sanitizer. You're like, oh, that's a great idea, but I offer a live service. I can't just start making hand sanitizer, right? So video is going to be that intermediary that takes your in-person service and makes it accessible virtually. So we're talking all about video virtual experiences, all right? I talk about all the time how marketing is one of the best return on investments when it comes to video. Video marketing is so important for your company, but today that's not what we're going to talk about, okay? Because I understand as a small business owner that when you're struggling and when you need to pay your bills, the idea of like, hey, if I spend $1,000 this month to make me $1,000 in 3 months, that might not be feasible, right? That video is such a good investment for marketing, but right now, if you're in, damage control, marketing's not something you're thinking about. So instead, let's look at ways that video can bring in immediate cash into your business. So we want to talk about different types of videos for different types of industries. Then we're going to talk about how do you host these virtual experiences and how do you get paid for the virtual experiences? And then we're going to talk about what is important in it, what people are expecting, and how, incorporating video into your business can really help bring everything together and kind of help carry you along these couple of months that we can't be in person to do our services for our clients. So I'm on Facebook and YouTube. I'm trying to, when I look away, that's what I'm looking at to make sure we're not getting any comments. If you're watching this and you have a question, please comment on Facebook or YouTube or Instagram. I'm going to try and keep an eye on all three. If for some reason you're watching this either afterwards or if I don't get to your question, just hashtag replay and I'll answer your questions next week when we get there. So let's start with the different types of industries and services that people offer and how we can pivot that into a video virtual experience, all right? The first one are going to be gyms and sports clubs, things like a gym, physical therapist, martial arts, which I do, which kind of gave me the idea even for this video, yoga, that kind of stuff. All of these are in-person classes that we go to the gym, go to a dojo for, and suddenly we cannot get to the gym, right? You want to make sure that your subscribers and your clients are getting their, membership money's worth of services, right? You don't want people just to drop off because the physical location of your gym is closed. So what can we do? I highly suggest keeping your regular schedule, but doing it all on Zoom. Do Zoom classes. So if you offer, yoga every Monday at 6 p.m., get on Zoom at 6 p.m. on Monday and do a yoga class. You can also incorporate individual classes for one-on-one instruction that maybe is harder to do during the normal business hours. But now that we're all at home and it can all be virtual, maybe that's a new item that you're offering, that people can sign up to do a one-on-one yoga class, one-on-one, physical, I guess all physical therapy is usually one-on-one, but where you're talking them through this, there's a back and forth, and you can really tailor each class to that specific person. So we have those group classes for your already subscribers, your already members. Make those available to your members. You can add the upcharge of doing individual classes one-on-one through Zoom. And then the third way you can do it is offer pre-recorded video packages. So think about the old school DVD workouts that I'm sure everyone is familiar with. Something like that, and make it tailored for beginners. Say, hey, are you brand new to Aikido? Well, let me show you some stretches, some warm-ups, some basic stances. And the pre-recorded is something that you can just send out whenever someone, make it very cheap, sell it for at cost, so that you can get the beginners in. They can be interested and see what you're doing. Everyone has more time and wants to spend this time to, learn new things and try new things. So by giving these pre-recorded video packages out for little to no cost, that's like a one-time cost for you to make it. And then you can distribute them and then hopefully be bringing in new clients. So next kind of industry is performances. Things like theaters, bands, motivational speakers I kind of threw in here because they're giving a performance for a large audience is kind of the idea for this one. Again, easy, live stream it. Do live streams on YouTube, do live streams on Zoom. I'm going to talk about how you can live stream something like a conference and accept payments like tickets and that kind of stuff. The main thing you want to look out for this is people are going to need a higher quality video and audio for things like a performance. Like if they want to tune in and listen to a band play, you can't be using the audio from your computer. Like you need good audio that you're streaming for those kind of things versus, a physical therapist. As long as you can understand what they're saying, the quality of their stream's not quite as important. So another industry, I just kind of lumped all these things together in like a personal service title. Things like a home chef, spas, massage therapists, those kind of things that work one-on-one with people. I think, again, the idea of offering one-on-one virtual events like a guided meditation or self-massage techniques. I did a self-massage technique walkthrough on Zoom with my shiatsu masseuse, and it was wonderful. It was an hour, and I learned how to do the right pressure points on my hands and all that fun stuff, and it really worked well. If you're a chef or you provide a service, things like a live cooking class is wonderful. Get people to sign up and cook along with you. Give consultations over Zoom and, help your clients kind of dive into the things they need, but always going through you. You don't want someone to say, hey, because I can't hire you right now, I'm going to go on YouTube and look it up myself. No, we do not want that. If our clients need to do something themselves, like a lot of my clients have been filming themselves and then sending me the video to edit, I want to be the one explaining it to them. One, I know it's going to get done right, or as close to right as it can when you're dealing with non-professionals, right? I'm giving them the best information for getting it done. 2, I'm in the forefront of their mind. They're going through this. They have someone to talk to, someone to walk them through. And then when we are able to start filming in person, they're going to come back to me and say, hey, can you do this service in person now, versus saying, oh, well, I took so long on YouTube trying to figure out how to do it myself. And, it's just not worth it anymore. Right. So yeah, those are kind of all of the industries, things I wanted to talk about, and how you can easily just kind of how video can start bringing more clients in and help you reach out to your clients in a paid way. So obviously there's so many more things I didn't touch on, but just to give you kind of like an idea and get like those like juices flowing, thinking about how you want to incorporate a virtual experience into the services you provide. So we're going to do that, right? We were like, great idea, Angela. I'm going to offer my services online. But how? So I have 3 different ways that I'm suggesting. There's obviously more, but here are the ones that I think are cost effective and pretty easy, straightforward to follow. The first one is going to be Calendly.com. I love them. I just started using it a couple of months ago, and I don't know where my life was before this. They are a scheduling program that, hooks up to your calendar and lets people, sign up for different experience is the wrong word. Kind of like different events and schedule different events with you on your calendar. It makes things really easy for telephone calls and stuff like that. But what's great is if you bump up, Calendly has a free version, of course. They have a premium version and then a pro version. So the premium and the pro versions integrate with Zoom and GoToMeeting, which means when someone schedules an appointment with you, it will automatically create a meeting through Zoom for that one specific event, which is really wonderful. So it automatically sends them the link. It automatically goes onto your, Google Calendar, and there's nothing you had to do. You set this up once and they go. The premium and pro versions also have unlimited amount of events. So each event can be a different schedule, can be offered at a different time, and can be offered for a different length of time. So you can say, hey, our one-on-one yoga sessions are on Mondays and Tuesdays, and they're an hour each, but our group meditation sessions are 30 minutes each, and those are on Wednesday and Thursdays. So it's really nice. It just kind of gives you a lot of options. And the best part here is that on the pro account, it integrates with PayPal and Stripe. So when someone goes on and wants to say, hey, I want to join a private meeting to do a private yoga session, it pops up with, you can say, okay, this costs $30, and it takes them directly through PayPal to pay for it before they schedule. Another thing is that the events can be either a group event, and you say, hey, we have up to 6 people for this event, and after 6 people schedule, it's not open anymore. Or you can say, hey, only 1 person per event. Once someone schedules that 9 o'clock block, it's gone. And they take care of all of that for you. The pro account, so that you can integrate with PayPal and Stripe and have unlimited amount of events, is $12 per month per user. So again, if that's something like you have 2 or 3 instructors at your gym and they each need their own, that might get a little bit pricey, but it's nice that they can all each have their own calendars, which is nice. Or if you're someone like me, who I kind of am involved in every step of the process, I don't really, any videos that I schedule, I'm going to be there for. So I only use 1 user. And $12 a month is going to be probably on the cheaper side of things I've been looking up for processes like this. The next one I would like to recommend is Airbnb. Airbnb actually offers experiences, and they've switched their experiences to being online virtual experiences. So this is literally exactly what we're just talking about, which is so great. They again, that you can give them a schedule, you can change it day by day, you can change what events they are, how many people are allowed to go to the events. You can also say, hey, if you want this to be a private event, it costs a different amount of money, all that kind of stuff. It's really great. And they've really pivoted to everything being online. I actually joined Airbnb, host experiences, pre-COVID to check out things like doing like tours and experiences throughout the city, doing things like in-person photo shoots and fun stuff like that. So like I said, they really changed everything to be online. Now, some good things about it is it has a built-in audience because it's Airbnb. People are already going there if they're looking for an experience. There's no fees up front. Unlike Calendly, that's like a flat fee every month, regardless if you get booked or not. Airbnb does not have a flat fee. They handle all the payments for you and then just put it into your bank account, which is really nice. But there are some bad things about it. Of course, there's ups and downs about everything. Your event must be approved. And right now, because everything's switching to being online, there's a bit of a wait for that. And they say that when you go to sign up, that it's going to take a little bit longer. You can't set it up today and use it tomorrow. The way like Calendly, you set it up today, take an hour, put it together, you're good to go. And then Airbnb for the experiences, which is different than if you're hosting like a vacation house. A host as an experience on Airbnb is a 20% fee, which is huge per transaction. Every person who signs up, that means you're selling your experience for an online cooking class at $100 a person. Well, you're only making $80. So that's something you're going to have to think about. And instantly right there, you have one booking and that's already costing you more than Calendly. But at the same time, maybe all of your bookings and your experiences are like $10 each and you don't do a whole bunch. And it makes more sense for you to do an Airbnb setup instead of something that you have to pay monthly for. And the last one I wanted to talk about is Zoom. And Zoom, as in a Zoom webinar, is a little bit different. And the reason I want to talk about the webinars is because that is what integrates with PayPal. So someone signs up through Zoom webinar and they automatically can be sent a pay link for them to pay before they get all of the Zoom information. To do that, you're going to need a pro plan, which is $15 a month, plus a $40 a month add-on for the webinar. And that's only up to 100 people per session. If you need more than 100 people per session, that webinar add-on starts to become really pricey. So we're looking at $55 a month. But this is something that's going to be really good if you are hosting something big, like big live events, conferences, performances, motivational speaker, that kind of stuff. Through the webinar, you can set it up so that someone's a presenter and they're the only one on screen. Everyone else can type in any questions they have, but it's not the same as a Zoom call where everyone can talk and interact. It's more like there's one person presenting, everyone can watch, everyone can take polls, everyone can type in, but no one's going to be interrupting your stream, which is always really important for something like this. And like I said, with the webinar, they are taken to a pay portal that they can pay for before they receive the link. You can have unlimited amount of webinars a month. It's just about how many people there are in the webinar. But again, at the $55 a month, that's really pricey, and that might be too pricey for what you're looking for. So those are just 3 different ways that you can host online experiences for your current customers and for potentially new customers. But what's going to be really important in this virtual experience is you want to make sure that people are paying for something that they think has value. All right, so if it's a personalized experience, a one-on-one, physical therapy session, on one-on-one coaching, something like that, as long as they can hear you and kind of see you, that's fine. you know? But if they're paying to watch something and to watch something live, they're going to want good video and good audio. And you want to make sure you have the right equipment to do that. Otherwise, you know, what's the difference between going on YouTube and watching a cell phone video of a performance versus doing a live, like paying for a live stream to watch the performance, right? You want to make sure that that cost makes sense to your clients. As for always and ever, and I will never stop saying this, audio is super, super, super important all the time. So make sure, no matter what type you're doing, that you have an audio setup so that when you're explaining, you know, and you're showing someone how to do a move, how to fix something, how to cook something, how to do anything that they're doing, they can hear you and understand what you're saying. So that might mean buying a new microphone, buying a different type of microphone that walks around with you if you need to move a lot, and just kind of figuring out the gear you're going to need for this. Now, what are some of the fun, different things we can do with video that we normally wouldn't have done on our live services that we perform, in-person services? Collaboration. The idea of doing a collaborative thing is really easy. Easy is not the right word, but is much easier virtually. So let's say that there's a yoga studio that offers meditation, and there's a martial arts studio that offers martial arts training, and maybe you look up the other studio and you say, hey, why don't we combine our forces? Why don't you offer a free martial arts class to all of your yoga students? If they log on at this time, they can just join our members martial arts class. And then the next week, we offer a free yoga class of yours to all of our martial arts members. And now you're doing something that doesn't take any more work than you're normally doing for your own members, but you're expanding your reach. And now someone who's like, oh, actually, I was really interested in what Taekwondo is all about. And my yoga studio says, hey, we can join this live stream for free to check it out. I'm going to check that out. And maybe they fall in love with your service and your brand. So collaboration is really important right now. And I think that's a great way to help expand your clientele and to just reach new people. Another thing we have right now along those lines is that we can reach more people, not just by collaboration, but by the fact that we're virtual. If you are someone who has a brick and mortar store that people come into, like a studio, to do partake in your services. Now that it's virtual, it doesn't matter that your studio's in Philly. You can get someone in Los Angeles to come and become a member because everything's virtual, and you can really expand what traditionally might have been very limited to a location. That's not a thing anymore. I have a client who does lots of interviews, creates interview videos for her brand. And before, when it was in person, she had to interview people who were in her state. Now she can interview people in London. She's in all over the world is what she's been doing now because we can. So just take advantage of the fact that we are virtual. And if you try this and it doesn't seem to be bringing in as much current revenue as you were hoping for, which is really the focus of my talk today, just remember that video keeps you top of mind. So when people are ready to start going back to your services, when things start opening up, when regulations get lessened, you're top of mind because you've been keeping your social media updated, you've been keeping your clients informed, you've been putting out content. And that's super, super important because you don't want someone to just forget. And honestly, everything's so crazy right now, it is easy to forget what was life like pre-COVID. So make sure that you are sticking with your clients and your customers and you're staying engaged with everyone. So that is our video for today. As always, Angela Wolf Video creates branded videos for small businesses, corporations, and entrepreneurs. And I'm really excited to say that we have gotten back to filming. Woo! I am Safe Set certified before COVID. Say that 3 times fast. And I've actually been going back into the office with some clients and on a small scale filming videos for marketing and branding videos. So if you are interested in figuring out how either in person or virtually we can, work together to get a marketing video put together for your brand so you can stay top of mind, check out bit.ly/callawv. There it is. Boop, boop. And you can sign up for a free video project analysis. And then you can also at the same time check out what a Calendly looks like from a client point of view, because that's what I use to set up all of my calls. Now, if you are not at this level yet, you're like, maybe I want to do a video, maybe I don't want to do a video. Don't worry. We've got a checklist for you. Boop, there it is. For branded video content, it's going to go through all of the pre-production that you need, like how many cameras is it going to be? What is your vision? What is the content? What do you want people to get out of it? What are they going to see and do and watch, and all of the big important questions you have before you even start planning for your video. That is what this checklist reviews. So go to bit.ly/AWV checklist to download that. It's completely free. Check it out. For everyone on Instagram, go to my profile on Instagram, click on my Linktree link, and it has both the checklist and my schedule link on the Linktree. So that is everything I wanted to cover today. Again, I keep going long because I just like to talk. And please comment or DM and let me know what your questions are in regards to video and video creation and gear and techs and specs and all that fun stuff. So until next week at 1 o'clock on Tuesday, I'm Angela Wolf with Angela Wolf Video. Have a great week. And don't forget about videos and subscribing and making videos, sending out videos, watching videos, doing all the fun video stuff. All right. Thanks.